Hi there, it's Wednesday, the 24th of June 2020. We're continuing to look at how to interpret dreams. And so far, we've seen that dreaming is a gift from God, that it enables our subconscious to speak to our conscious mind through dreams, that it enables God to speak through our subconscious to us. That interpretation of dreams comes from God, and that He can interpret our past, our present, or our future through our dreams. And today we're looking at how dream interpretation requires careful attention. Now, dreams feature very prominently in the life of Joseph in the Bible, and we're going to read a couple of dreams that he had earlier in his life. In chapter 37 of Genesis, Joseph had a dream, and when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. He didn't have a very good relationship with his brothers, poor Joseph. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. We were binding sheaves of corn out in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose up and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." His brothers said to him, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. Then he had another dream, and he told it to his brothers. "Listen," he said, "I had another dream, and this time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." When he told his father as well as his brothers, his father rebuked him and said, "What is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you?" His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. So what can we learn from this? First of all, that dreams often use symbols. Dreams often use symbols. Here we have Joseph dreaming of sheaves, and one sheaf rises up and all the other sheaves bow down. Well, those are symbols. The tall sheaf is Joseph, the other sheaves bowing down are his brothers. Then he dreams about the sun, the moon, the stars. Well, the sun is symbolic of his father, the moon of his mother, the 11 stars of his brothers. So quite often in our dreams we have symbols, things that are happening in our dreams that are not actually what they are, but they are representing something else. And that can be quite difficult to interpret sometimes. And there are dream dictionaries that you can buy, and they list what all the different symbols mean according to the dream dictionary. And some of that can be helpful. But the thing is, in the Bible, when God interprets dreams and speaks through dreams and speaks with symbols as he does, and also through visions, which are the same type of thing happening, except you're not asleep at the time, you're awake. Sometimes the symbols can mean the same thing. So quite often in the Bible, the horn, an animal with a horn is representing strength, or a sea is representing a people or a people group. But sometimes the symbols can be the same symbol, but can be used differently by God. So for example, the lion can be a symbol of Jesus in the Bible, but it can also be a symbol of Satan. And you don't want to get the two mixed up because they're very different. So that's the problem, or the difficulty, or the danger in just having a dream dictionary and just saying, well, this symbol always means this thing, because it's not always necessarily the case. So it's important that God is the interpreter of your symbols, and you go to God and ask him to help you interpret that symbol. And the symbol, one symbol that could be interpreted by you in one way could be interpreted by me in my dream in another way, because, for example, a cat, you might love cats, and for you a cat is a symbol of something that's lovely and good. And so in your dream, when there is a cat there, then it can be a symbol of something good that God wants to bring to you. But for me, I don't like cats. I hate cats. So a cat is not something nice for me in a dream. It's quite the opposite for me in a dream, potentially. So dreams often use symbols, and we need God to help us interpret those symbols. Secondly, dreams can predict the future. What Joseph dreamt came true. His father and mother and brothers did indeed bow down to him later on in his life. So God can sometimes communicate what is going to happen to us through a dream, because of course God knows the future. Next, different dreams can carry the same message. Joseph had two different dreams here, but they both carried essentially the same message. And sometimes we can dream different dreams, but actually they are carrying the same message. And if it's an important message, then it's a message which will come back to us again and again, as either our subconscious has got something strong to say to us, and wants to speak to us through dreams and in different ways, or God has got something strong to say to us and he's using different dreams to try and communicate to us the same message. And lastly, dreams have consequences if shared. It's not always wise to share your dreams. Joseph shared his dreams and it caused problems in his family. It led to him being thrown into captivity by his jealous brothers, and then of course he went into Egypt. But then, interestingly, if he hadn't been thrown into captivity and if he hadn't shared his dream, he would never have ended up in Egypt and he would never have become prime minister and fulfilled the destiny of his dream. So actually God used his dream and used the sharing of his dream and used the consequences of that. Although it seemed bad at the time, Joseph later on in his life said, "You meant it for bad, brothers, but God meant it for good." So overall, we can entrust our dreams to God because he is sovereign over all things. So there we go. Dream interpretation requires careful attention. We're going to look at more of that tomorrow. Bye for now.